Hello beautiful family, I am Pulamans, your inner voice magnified. So today I'm on the road, but you know the show must go on. This week we are focusing on how to develop inner peace, and today I want to talk to you about the 3 things that you can start recognizing in order to make sure that you keep your peace in any situation. So the first thing that you need to recognize is your top 3 triggers. What are those things that take away your peace for sure, any day, anytime? If somebody does this to you, it sends you up the roof, it sends you huffing and puffing all the way home about something that happened very early in the morning at work. What are those things? Because when you start realizing the kind of things that take away your peace, then it is easy to start finding solutions to making sure that you've got certain controls, you know, that will make sure that when you get into that situation, or when you are confronted by people, whatever that makes you that takes away your peace, that makes you angry, that makes you worried, that makes you depressed, whatever it is, once you understand what those things are, it is easy then to sit down and try and figure out what controls you can put to make sure that you don't have the same reaction that you've been having for 10 years. That doesn't clearly work for you, right? So reflecting on situations is one way to make sure that you identify the triggers, or to make sure that you identify all these, your top 3 triggers, your top 3 things that take away your peace. When you sit down and reflect, which is the one thing that most of us hardly do, we hardly sit down and think. You know, we'll go through an argument in the morning at work, or with a friend, or with your partner, or with the kids. But at the end of the day, you don't sit down and ask yourself, why did somebody's action make me so angry? What did I do? What is it about them that sends me up the roof? The more you ask yourself that question, why do I react this way towards other people's maybe words or actions? Once you understand why those words, for example, maybe you feel like people are taking advantage of you, and that is the one thing that sends you up the roof. If you're like me, you know, I don't like feeling like people are taking advantage of me, and I've realized it's because I believe that when you take advantage of me, you think you are smarter than I am, and that is the real reason why I get upset. Not the fact that people are doing whatever it is that they are doing. It's the meaning that I've attached to what people do. So when I see people do stuff that are potential triggers to my lack of peace, then it's easy for me to stop and say, is it true or not? Is that meaning that I've attached true or not? Do I believe that this person is smarter than me, or do I not believe it? If I believe it, then I need to work on myself and my insecurities. But at some point I say to myself, no, I don't believe it, so why should it make me angry? Then I move on, right? So it is easy to put some controls when you are aware of the real reason why you get upset, of the real reason why you get worried, or why you think yourself into depression at times, right? So reflection is very important. Sit down at the end of the day, take 10 minutes and reflect on an uncomfortable situation that happened, and start writing things down, because the more you write things down, the more you can go back and, you know, reread what you wrote at the time when you were reflecting on it, because it is you are basically building the tools that will help you to be able to handle the same situation better the next time. The second thing that you should realize, because at first you need to recognize what takes away your peace. Once you know what takes away your peace, the second thing that happens in a situation that will take away your peace is that you will have some physiological reactions before your emotions are involved. So it is important, and this is the one area that I never used to take note of, right? But when I learned that before your emotions are involved in any situation, there are some physiological reactions that happen. Your body reacts in some way. Either you start sweating, your nose starts sweating when you get angry, when you get nervous, you start shaking tremendously, or your heart start pumping faster than normal when you feel nervous. You know, there are those physiological reactions. So when you've identified the situations that make you feel uncomfortable or that take away your peace, then it is easy now to start realizing at that point when somebody does something that sends you up the roof, you will start noticing how your body reacts to the information that it has just received. The importance of realizing that is that then you are able to find tools that you can use to calm your body, to relax it, so that your emotions don't end up getting attached, right? So for instance, when you start breathing too heavily, you feel like you're almost out of breath, you are choking because you are so angry. When you start recognizing the fact that you breathe heavily, then you can start training your mind to remember to breathe in for a long time and breathe out. You know, because when you are angry and you end up having short breath because, you know, you're huffing you are huffing and puffing. But when you practice to breathe, some breathing exercise every day, when you get into a situation that causes you to have short breath, then immediately your brain will remember that in a situation where you feel like you are breathing quickly, it will remember to calm you down. It will remember to, you know, to help you breathe a bit slower. And once you are able to control your physiological reactions, then the chances of having negative emotions into that situations then decrease. When you remember that when I get angry, I have short breath, and when I have short breath, then I can control my emotions, then it is easy for you to start saying, okay, Puleng, breathe, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Just for 3 seconds, breathe in, slowly breathe out. Then when you are able to do that, then you are able to control the situation that you are in. You're able to control the emotions that would have otherwise followed the short breath like it normally happens, right? So the last thing that then you can recognize when you feel like you're about to lose your peace is then once you know what's bothering you, once you've recognized the physiological reactions, then it is easy to decide how do you want to react next time such a situation happens. Then that's when you start putting down the controls that you want to put up for that situation that takes away your peace. When you are able to pinpoint what exactly takes away your peace, why it takes away your peace, and how do you react every time you get into that same situation, then once you have all those down on paper, then it is easy to say, what would you have liked to have said in response to what happened or what people said? Once you are able to say, I would have liked to have said in that moment, you know what, I think I'm getting angry, let me take a breath or two, then I'll come back and respond. Maybe that's what you'd like to say, but because of the fact that you haven't identified the real reason why you get upset when people say things or do things to you, then every time you are rendered helpless when that situation happens, then whatever that you had hoped to do flies out the window. You start breathing heavily, you start shaking, your heart starts pumping, then you start saying things that you don't mean, or saying things that you do mean but you would have rather not said to anybody, right? So it's easy for you then to set up rules for yourself that, you know, when I'm in this situation where I feel like I'm about to lose my peace, then I am going to say this and this and that. Once you have that on paper, all these controls, then what you do with the 10 minutes of reflection every day, you go through those controls, you repeat them, you speak them out loud, because the more we say things out, the more we hear them, and when we hear them, we start believing them, and our brains starts recording those things as defenses or as tools that we can use in order to defend ourselves, right? So those are the 3 things that I wanted to share with you, the 3 things that you can do, the 3 steps that you can start taking to make sure that you keep your peace. You determine your response to that situation beforehand, and you keep reminding yourself every day the kind of reaction that you want to have when you experience that situation that takes away your peace. So, and the more you see it, the more you remind yourself of that reaction. When you get into that situation, your brain automatically will remember to keep you calm. Your brain automatically will remind you to take slower breaths. For instance, you know, your brain will remind you to be calm and to wait before you answer, because those are the kind of things that you would have told your brain every single day as you're reflecting on the day, or as you're reflecting on the things that take away your peace. So I hope this helps. So the first thing is to recognize the top 3 things currently that are your peace stealers. Recognize your physiological reactions. Then once you know the problem, and once you know how you react to the problem, then you'll be able to set controls, determine what you can do in order to make sure that you don't leave that same situation all the time angry, frustrated, worried. You can always maintain your peace no matter what, when you start realizing that, you know what, most of these things that take away our peace are things that we ourselves allow into our system. But you don't always have to allow everything that you experience into your system. Some things you can leave behind. Some things you can just stop and say, you know what, I'm not going to let this into my system, and at that moment it disappears. That's how I react to some of these things, but it is something that I tell myself over and over again when I'm alone, when I'm not in a situation I know in a situation that takes away my peace. I tell myself, when I experience such a situation that takes away my peace, then I will not accept it into my system. So when it happens, I ask myself, why am I letting this in? I've got control of what comes in, and I've got control of what stays out. So I'm choosing to keep this one out. Then immediately I move on. Immediately my peace is intact. You know, I don't struggle with one situation over and over again, because I keep reviewing the things that take away my peace. I am Pula Mons, your inner peace and purpose coach. Bye.